Anyway, on that slightly unpleasant note, I don't know what Laura said, but the sound of the donkey impression, I'd like to hand over now and invite Hannah Riley. Woo!
I think I know this one off by heart. Let's put that there. Okay. It's called Sticky Notes. To remind myself I'm still alive, or sometimes to applaud my heart wings for beating, I slap bruises into my chest, pretend fingers are marker pens, ejecting capitals into war-torn skin. Keep going, my collarbones like sticky notes carry the spill of my mind when it burns on overtime. Only these thoughts that sometimes glow in the background in amber pockets of light, and sometimes torch out these insides, leaving behind an empty museum with a note inside. No signs of life. Well, they have no risk of seeping through the fabric that wraps these bones. You cannot forget, embodying death instead. You are forced to remember a fireball of self-loathing that lives in throats and burns any words that manage to escape towards the emergency exit of tip of tongue. They try to make sentences that spell out pain, and I am hurting, and I am starving, and I am bleeding, but they just crumble to charcoal pieces that are lost among responses of you are going to be okay, or get over it, or are you going to get out of bed today? And all I am trying to say is I am not okay, and I don't know what this is, and I don't understand either. So stop asking formula questions and expecting my answers to tick your boxes and solve equations. And if I could, I'd click my fingers and snap out of it, but right now I cannot remember if I am a person, or a body, or a duvet, or an open casket, or a body. I cannot remember myself. I can't, so I force myself to keep going and keep going. Are the words I see most often peel from my father's lips, and you are worth it, are words that ricocheted off this exterior. No praise is welcome here. I stare into mirrors and have blank spaces pour back into me because I have wished invisibility into existence, and I travel to places where no one knows my name because the feeling of anonymity is the closest I can get to not actually being me. So I sit on park benches on cloudy days and watch the world unfold in front of me without actually being in it, and I stand with toes creeping over thresholds of yellow lines and hover because I do not want to mind the gap, but sometimes and somehow the train tracks shudder the beats into my bones, and keep going, keep going. This is for the people who hate themselves because you have already made it, and you are still here, and these shoes on this stage are filled with a human being who made it and continues to make it. And I don't know how, or even sometimes why, but I do know that the point of surviving is not the bigger picture, it's the tiny things that we forget are folded into this idea that we call living. It's the chance to see another pink sky in the evening, it's dyeing your hair blue, it's taking pictures of pretty things, it's finding a fiver in an old coat pocket, it's ranting about the people who actually vote for UKIP, it's ranting about the people who actually vote for UKIP, it's friends, it's smiling, it's learning how to laugh again, it's unlearning old habits, and it is absolutely worth it. I'm going to do one more that's also a bit long, and I also think I know it. It's just a little bit outdated though, because I wrote it like in the summer, and it's a bit political but about things that have already happened, so you're just going to have to forgive that. It's called Things I Have Learned So Far. Things I have learned so far. 1. People exist only for other people's opinions, and we are never what we seem. 2. Humans are selfish. If we see a stray dog in the street, we're inclined to stroke it, search for its collar and a home to go to, maybe adopt it. If there's a homeless person in the street, we won't even treat them like dogs. 3. When you want to measure whether someone is decent, watch how they treat the waitress, even if, no, especially if, they are the biggest cat in the room. 4. We live in a country built on immigration, but we like to steal bricks to build houses where people already live and tell them this is not your home. 5. We are specifically designed to look down to find evil in scapegoats, and if you're at the bottom with no one beneath you, then turn to your neighbour. They probably don't deserve to be there as much as you do. Hate benefits, call the poor sponges, but ignore the tax dodgers. 6. If the Tories win another election and the future of the people of my generation is fucked, and you rant about the youth of today, and actually you haven't got a leg to stand on, mate. It was the old ones that voted for Brexit. 8. There is a very fine line between intelligent people and people who chat shit about bollocks, and recognising the difference is a superpower. 9. Teachers are not always right, and if they tell you but you cannot be what you want to be, then use that as motivation to chase it. 10. Democracy is not real and the West is not superior. Shit, it's embarrassing. I mean, look at America. They're like, we're cool because we haven't got royalty. Well, yeah, true, but you've still got a fucking massive dynasty. The people of that country had a vote between a woman married to pragmatism and a billionaire committed to fascism. It was 2013 before Clinton decided it was suitable for me to get married, because that's when gay got trendy, and she accepted more donations from Wall Street than any other candidate in the presidential race. And Trump, with his self-funded campaign of money made from the exploitation of the very same people he blamed for all rapes ever, in the middle of the same speech in which he declared his own daughter fuckable. Well, I guess he's been making America great again, right? What with his abortion-loving, border-closing, woman-hating, wall-building, black-killing policies. Some folk are still watching passively, making memes, coming up with new phrases like alt-right, and really, he's just a straight-up Nazi. 11. Fascism is the consequence of emerging equality. The privileged get tetchy when the scales start to balance. 12. For a woman to be believed that she is a victim of violence, she has to win a lawsuit and donate $7 million to charity. Otherwise, Amber Heard would have only ever been in that marriage for the money, right? 13. For a black woman to be believed that she is a victim of violence, she has to die first. 14. If you fall in love with someone who makes you feel like you need to be fixed, then they are not good enough. They will wrench open your rib cage and drain all the blood from the space between your lungs whilst pretending to save you. But it's okay if you don't know that yet. Those people manipulate and are violent in ways that you didn't even know existed, but you will learn from them and you will love yourself again. 15. Only 1% of women believe that they are beautiful, and it's okay to be fat unless you are actually fat. And don't be skinny, just starve yourself instead. 16. Gender is not real, but it is dangerous. Most transgender people won't make it to 40. 17. When describing who you are or what you do, never use the word just. You are not just something, you are something. 18. Tomorrow is always coming. What happens today is not the end. 19. It is precarious to pretend to know things that you don't, and perfectly okay to admit not to know them. Nothing is certain, and you never stop learning.
Our final set of the evening